Let's talk about Elon Musk. Start off the program.
Oh boy.
Have to.
Over the weekend, he announced he started a new political party. I think it's called the American Party.
The America Party.
So third party. There's been a bunch of third parties in the past, Green Party, different things of that nature. But he wants to start a new political party. He's unhappy with Republicans and Democrats.
Mm-hmm.
Donald Trump responded, Truth Social, long. I'm not gonna read all of it, but
long form.
First sentence. The first sentence was, "I'm saddened to watch Elon Musk go completely off the rails, essentially becoming a train wreck in all caps, over the past 5 weeks. He even wants to start a third political party, despite the fact that they have never succeeded in the United States of America. The system seems not designed for them." And then Elon responded, "Well, I'm not reading all that." Because
that's hilarious.
A whole long paragraph. And then Elon does that, and Tesla stock drops $21 today.
Mm-hmm.
Bloodbath.
Forward you an investor on Bloomberg pretty much saying that at some point the board may need to reevaluate who's the CEO of Tesla.
Hello. When me and Shawty be on the same page, give and go.
You add into his comments, his political commentary, add into the fact that the big beautiful bill got passed, which takes away EV credits. You could see how today would have been a bad day for Tesla.
Or the power of, once again, to tie into a previous episode, of being quiet. Just because you swung the election one way does not mean that you are going to. First off, you're South African. You're not going to be able to come into this country and make a new party and rig another election for your benefit because you haven't figured out how to properly monetize your EV brand in the United States of America with the consumer base. You overplayed your hand. And this is the thing whenever two megalomaniacs, I'm saying this in a positive way, get into a war, there's going to be one winner and one loser. Focus on, and I've been said this, go to chairman of Tesla, focus on Starlink. That is the star, but you want to get in these little dumb battles. And here we are.
Yeah.
The biggest lesson is to weigh the cost of these wars before you get into them.
Do you think that the proposed party has presidential aspirations, or is he doing it to just be disruptive? Because from what I read, it was more of, hey, we're only focusing on 2 or 3 Senate seats a year, and we're focusing on 8 to 10 House seats per year, just enough to make it disruptive so that we can sway votes either way. Did y'all take it as presidential aspiration or just more disruptive play?
Presidential delusion, but presidential delusion.
How many third-party candidates are there in Congress?
Hello. See,
yeah, but I'm not saying to nominate them. I'm talking to back somebody so that it can get swayed. Right? He's putting that financial, kind of what he did this year, where he put the money behind a candidate, and that candidate had obviously was it Minnesota?
No, he put money behind a Republican though.
Mm-hmm.
So he'd have to create the candidate and then put the money behind it.
Left wing, right wing, same bird. Despite, if you've seen Jurassic Park, you cannot pick an oceanic creature to run for president and win. The machines that you used last time to help Trump win is not going to work. And you also have to factor in, now you have Peter Thiel. This is one of the costs that Apple didn't factor in with Meta throwing all this money into AI. Not only in creating this party are you making an enemy in Trump, but you're making an enemy in Trump and Peter Thiel at the same time. Peter's not an opponent. He has installed the vice president. You think I'm going to let you disrupt my candidate from potentially running the country because you had a kerfuffle with your Republican bro? No, it's over with. This is chess. Rashad, if I call you and I say, yo, you know what, man, I'm tired of you, bro. Can I call you a week before investors? I'm like, yo, that slot though, Sunday. Can I see?
Still good?
Yo, can I go on still? I got the other band from still Japan. Good? I'm ready. No. Got to weigh up these costs beforehand. You overplayed your hand. Go to be chairman. Focus on Starlink, because that is the real business that I think has the biggest leeway for consumers. Tesla's not it.
Stay out of politics.
I do. And
Have to.
Yvonne Diaz send our condolences. Maybe if you send us an email, we can try to see what would be possible.
I'm sorry.
I will say this once again, going back to discipline.
Mm-hmm.
He's overplayed his hand, and that's something that you are going to be punished for it eventually, because you're pissing off your number one client, which is the government.
Yeah.
Both sides. I don't understand why he doesn't know that this is not a good idea. If you're just from a 5th grade elementary standpoint, if your number one client is United States government
And has been.
you piss off the Democrats, and then you pissing off the Republicans. You really think that you can keep the level of government contracts that you have by disrespecting both political parties?
And Mexico and parts of Europe. And you aren't the most loved in South Africa still.
Yeah.
He's high. He got to be high. He got to be high.
So it's tricky because client.
Because of his decision making? Or how?
No. I'm talking about in terms of the government being his number one client. They haven't been the number one client in terms of revenue, but what they have done is create initiatives, and they've allowed him to do business at a different cost point.
Well, I'm saying his number one client as far as if it's an individual or entity that buys products or supplies products or contracts, he has
20. So they did 20 billion in government contracting. The cards have done more. What I'm saying is
no. But what I'm saying, a client, I'm saying like a client is this. That's just one entity.
Yep.
So let's say another client of his might be a college, right, or something like. They're his number one client by
singular,
far.
Yes,
by far,
yes.
It's not even close.
And you add into that the initiatives that they're actually signing across so that he can.
Why would you disrespect your number one client?
True.
That's just entrepreneurship. You don't have to be a rocket scientist to figure out. You don't disrespect your clients. You definitely don't disrespect your number one client.
True. Yeah, that's a mistake.
Why would you do that?
That's a mistake. They're estimated to be at 96.9 billion per year for 2025. So if they brought in 20, that's still a substantial amount.
Oh no,
recover.
Not that. Yes, from a singular standpoint, yes, that makes sense.
Yeah.
And you look at the space and what that's going to look like for them, just from the EV standpoint, for the Tesla itself. Not talking about any other company that he's founded or is potentially going to IPO. What Trump just did in terms of the bill that was just signed, it's going to affect them in the very near term. And maybe into 2026 in terms of that EV space of now, we're losing ground in China. We were already seeing sales decline. We already saw that the Cybertruck really wasn't what we thought it was going to be. And now we're taking out initiatives for people to actually get the $7,500 rebate for buying the car. And depending on what state you live, there was another rebate on top of it, which subsidized the price. And you take all that out of there, that P&L going to look a little different.
And Mercedes and BMW and Ford and now you're going to have the government's pushing for some of these brands to be more dominant because Trump is petty. He's going to offset some of those victories you were having because of the government. It's tough. It is tough. On your weaknesses list, when you do a SWOT analysis, being into it with the World Economic Forum and the president is not advisable.
And they have competition. Blue Origin, like there's different companies that could potentially. We'll see what happens, man. Yeah. So, what does this mean for Tesla stock?
It's gonna fall. I would like it at 238.54. Really would love it at 225, but that 238 level I do like. By end of the year should be around the 290, 270 range. But once again, I think him and Tim Cook. We're entering a different era of corporate dominance in America, and I think their leadership styles just don't fit anymore. I really think Elon would be best served as going to chairman, focusing on Starlink and SpaceX, which probably have the possibility for giving him higher return in the private and public market, and find another executive. For who? I don't know who, but that will be thing number one on my list to find a beloved CEO from tech to run Tesla to take it to higher heights.
Yeah, I think it. Like I said, there'll be some short-term pullback for the rest of this year. I see that going into Q3, finishing up Q3 and Q4, and maybe into 2026. But I don't think it's a collapse of Tesla. I don't think it's a collapse of the EV space. What I do think, and even from your experience in what we saw in Africa and what you were talking about in China, it was like there's going to be a repricing in this entire market.
For sure.
When we take out all those initiatives and people start buying it at that price, and we know that they can make it over there for 12 and they're making it over there for 15.
And they've already been discounted. Yeah.
And you've been discounted it plus rebates. Now it's going to be tough for you to sell it to me for 55 when I know I can get one that is equal quality for 20. So there's going to be some repricing, which now takes it. And that was kind of the situation they were in a couple of years ago. It's like, do we stay luxury or do we become economical and be for everybody? Right? Like, do we put it at a price point where everybody can buy it, or do we try to remain luxury? They went with the latter and said, hey, we're going to make it for everybody. Now you lose those rebates. I think they come down. There's going to be repricing in the EV space.
Mistake. I agree, but it's a mistake. I think because now you can't reinvest into making a better car. Like Rashad talked about his experience in China, even in Japan, like just some cars just in other countries are just naturally better. And as majority of the companies are going to luxury, like Kia Telluride arguably is a better experience than that 3. You got to reinvest into the product.
You said Kia?
I'll tell you what. I feel like
the Telluride is tough.
I feel like
and it's going for $79,000.
Elon Musk's days is numbered. When I say his days is numbered, as far as him being the CEO,
told you,
Tesla and all of that, because it's like Casino. If you watch the movie Casino, when Nicky Tarantino, what's his last name? Tarantino, right?
I don't remember his name.
Joe Pesci's character?
Joe Pesci's character.
When
he started doing a variety of different things, and he went rogue pretty much. The mob bosses back in Kansas City, they said like, yo, they got tired of him. Enough is enough. That was the last thing. Enough is enough, man. Like they liked him. They always liked Nicky.
He's a made man.
He was one of them. He was Italian. He wasn't a made man. He got killed when he was about to become a made man. They set that up.
I thought it was for his brother to be a made man. That's when he got killed.
No, it was his thing. It was
they're gonna make his brother a made man. Nicky was made man. That's why he was protecting Ace.
Well, either way, they got tired of his nonsense.
Exactly.
And they killed him because of that. So there's always bosses. Bosses, even you might not have a boss, but there's other bosses. And when
Bilderberg, World Economic Forum,
exactly. When the bosses get disgruntled by your erratic behavior, your days are numbered. And Elon Musk, he's pissing off too many people, and I don't see how he can really come back from this. Honestly,
the way he comes back for Tesla, and it has to be the robo-taxi. Like that's it. So like when you kind of mentioned like having numerous people have the vehicle won't benefit. The only way that it does benefit is that the robo-taxi becomes now something that everybody can do, right? So like I know they were talking about there's upgrades inside the Tesla 3 where you can push a switch and now it can be robo-taxi. So imagine you're sleeping, but your car is working for you, right? If 2 million people have that as an option, like your car's working while you sleep, or you're at work and your car's working, I mean, they're gonna have to create a platform, which I think why Uber is in a great place for it. But that could be a way where it's like, hey, the number one way to increase revenue is to have the car do the work.
But with having those enemies, though, legislatively, when will he hit a roadblock? I agree 1,000%. But if you've pissed off a party that is vindictive, he may have some roadblocks.
No,
of course, that's why I think
it's coming. It's coming
very,
very,
I
very
agree.
soon. And the movie, okay, Goodfellas is when he got killed on his way to a celebration for the made man situation.
Oh yes.
Casino.
Yes.
I don't know when they caught him in Casino,
They
but
caught him when they was going to make his brother a made man. They brought him into the grass fields.
That's Goodfellas.
No, that's Casino. They
No,
beat him with a bat and buried him alive.
Remember Goodfellas? He walks in the room. He's like, oh shit, because he thought it was his day. Goodfellas, listen,
because they walk into like a restaurant or something, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
His mom.
Yeah. And they knew they lined him up. Yep.
He walks in the restaurant. He sees the restaurant's empty. He's like, oh shit, he knew what it was.
Yeah.
That's what that was.
Yeah.
That's when he got killed in Goodfellas.
Yeah, I'm talking about Casino.
I know, but the whole thing they was gonna make him a made man.
Oh, that's what I'm saying. Different movie.
In Goodfellas.
Different movie. I'm saying in Casino, he was a made man. His brother was about to be a made man. That's when they beat them with the bats in the woods, in the grass field.
No, it was a desert.
No, it wasn't desert.
It was a desert.
1,000% it was a grass field.
They buried him in the
Somebody
desert.
put in chat, was it? I remember a desert scene. I could be wrong. It's been a long time.
This is not
One thing I will say, if you have the ear of the president,
you're wrong.
Where they bury him at?
They buried him in the grass. They dug a ditch.
They buried him in the desert in Las Vegas.
Can y'all just
They
tell me?
literally
All right,
look
stop.
the desert. The
All right,
desert.
Let's stop. Let's
The
stop.
desert.
Let's
The
just stop.
desert.
let's make a wager.
Casino was it's Las Vegas. There's no woods in Las Vegas. It's the desert. It's literally a desert. It's Las Vegas, Nevada. There's no
You see what they said?
the desert.
A cornfield. That's not the
They
desert.
buried him in the desert.
Yo, I want y'all to clip this up.
For real.
Cornfield scene when he's getting
No, they buried him in the desert is a classic.
He was never buried in the desert. He was buried.
He was buried in the
They're
desert.
telling you it's a cornfield. A cornfield where
Oh,
they
my
put two
God.
beaches for him and his brother.
It's a million
All right.
desert. Right there, desert.
You want me to pull this up?
Look, we got a show.
Yeah, I got a text that said desert.
All right.
It's Las Vegas.
I'm not gonna say anything.
It's literally- it's literally
I'm not gonna say anything.
They drove a mile down the road. Okay.
All right.
Neither here nor there.
Anyway, if you have the ear of a president,
We're
it would
halfway.
behoove you to be a good fellow and not upset the fucking president.
That's a fact. Or the entire government.
Yeah.